Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Anna Morphides with Mending Hearts Counseling, and today's video is going to be a super quick one on the one magic ingredient that you need in order to manifest a true, fulfilling love is your own self-love. This is probably the most important thing that one would be of their greatest benefit to have mastered in order to attract that which they are. So now that we know, thanks to all the wonderful work of Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud and Tony Robbins, all these great therapists, counselors, psychologists, we now know that we live in a resonant universe, and due to that reason, we always follow the laws of energy. Like attracts like, input equals output. So who you are is what you're going to end up bringing into your life, who you think that you are, who believe that you are. So say example me, I grew up with a negative self-view because I was attached to my primary caregiver in an anxious attachment style. So 3 out of the 4 attachment styles, now we know that each child between the ages of 0 to 11 develop an attachment style to the primary caregiver, and 3 out of the 4 produce a negative self-view because they were not either felt safe, seen, secure, or soothed when they were little. And that could come in many different shapes, sizes, forms, and there's a video about that. So I grew up in an anxious attachment style. My primary caregiver was very critical of me, never really heard "I love you, I'm proud of you," any of those things. So I grew up thinking that it's always my fault. I'm not good enough. And when I grew up, that's who I believed that I was. I had a negative self-view about myself, anxiously attached. Therefore, the universe would bring in experiences to match that which I was. So it would bring in masculines to show me how I really truly felt about myself. So if someone showed me interest and care, it was hard for me to believe that this person was genuinely doing this because of me and my qualities, because I lacked that belief about myself, because I never heard the opposite. I always heard criticism of myself. I always heard about all the things that I did wrong in my life. Therefore, I never felt that I was good enough. My core beliefs, so then it stems down to core beliefs. Core beliefs are formed when we're little. So the core beliefs about myself were, and there's a list actually that I'm going to look at and I'm going to name out loud, because like Tony Robbins says, we distort reality. And I have learned through psychology that we distort reality through the lenses of perception that our core beliefs have basically lend us. And I'm saying lending because you can always give them back. You can change your core beliefs at any time. So I grew up anxiously attached. I had a negative self-view about myself. And I felt things such as, so I'm going to read them out loud and I'm going to say the ones that I actually felt. So these are the core beliefs that will distort your reality and allow you to bring in situations that will not feel good. I am helpless. I am powerless. I am out of control. I am weak. I am vulnerable. I am needy. I felt needy. I needed to feel things. I needed love. I needed things in my life. I am trapped. I am inadequate. I am ineffective. I am incompetent. I am a failure. I am disrespected. I am defective. I am not good enough. I strongly felt I am not good enough. I always felt like I was not good enough for a situation. That's why if somebody was giving me what I wanted, right? Because we date who we believe we are, not what we want. So when I was getting what I was wanted, I couldn't believe it. I doubted it, and then I would self-sabotage it. I am unlovable. I did feel not love. I did feel unlovable. I didn't feel good enough about myself. I didn't feel like I was worth to be loved. I grew up feeling unlovable. I am unlikable. I am undesirable. I am unattractive. I am unwanted. I am uncared for. I am bad. I am unworthy. I am different. I am not good enough to be loved by others. That I also strongly felt. Okay, I had to stop and restart my video because there was some ruckus going on outside, some birds attacking my recycling. So back to core beliefs. I named the 3 that I strongly felt in my life. And they basically were the lenses of perception that I had in my relationships. And that is how I distorted my reality in a relationship. I felt I am needy. I am not good enough. I am unlovable. And I am not worthy of love. So the way that the relationships would manifest then in my life, when these were the core beliefs about myself, would reflect that which I felt about myself. So people would say that I am too much. People would say that I am obsessive. People would or tend to have obsessive qualities, not exact, because I'm totally not obsessive, but I would attach to that person as if they could fix all of my problems. Not problems, like my lack of self-love and self-worth. I thought that it was going to be found in this masculine, like they were going to give me the missing pieces of my puzzle, but that's not true. So once I understood about resonant universe, once I understood we date who we are and not what we want, then through counseling, I was shown all my core beliefs and I dove into work. Then I started to change that from I am needy, I am whole and complete. I do not need anyone else other than myself. So I would work on this meticulously for at least 21 days straight in order for me to change my predominant wiring. My subconscious mind operated from that core belief on a daily level. So it would bring in experiences to keep showing me that this is who I am. So I changed that. I am whole and complete. Say that over and over and over and over and over again until it becomes part of your new being. I am whole and complete. I don't need anyone. I don't need to attach to anyone. And then I am not good enough. I change this to I am good enough. I am worth it. We all are. We all are good enough. I am worthy of love. I am good enough. And I would just look at myself in the mirror and say that over and over and over until it became my new programming. And then the other one is I am lovable. I am worthy of love. I am lovable. I am bound to be connected. I am bound to be respected. Change the things out of all those core beliefs that I named before. If there's one that resonates for you, change it to the opposite and say it to yourself each and every day. That is what self-love is. Self-love is not being selfish or going to get a pedicure, although, like going to get a pedicure is great. It's really nice to feel good on the outside, but you also have to feel good on the inside. Self-love comes from the inside. That is what we mean, but we date who we are, not what we want. Because externally, if I go for pedicures and I get my hair done and I do all the things, but deep down inside, if I continue to still feel I am needy, I am unlovable, I am not worthy of love, I would just keep bringing in these experiences. And believe me, I've had many masculines that brought in these, or that were brought into my life that highlighted these feelings out of me because their relationship would manifest exactly as I was, exactly as I felt about myself, who I truly was inside. I would be shown through my relationship with the masculine until I changed it. And believe me, it was a work in progress, but it was worth it. And maybe sometimes you might take more than one masculine, and that's okay too. Don't give up. Just focus on what it is that's making you feel uncomfortable. So say, for example, my latest masculine had, yeah, that word, like, you are too much, you have obsessive tendencies. I did not say, oh my God, you're such a jerk, or blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, wow. I looked within. I was like, oh, wow, I'm still showing up that way. What is it within me that I'm not healing still? Like, what is it about me that I have not healed yet, and this masculine is showing up in my life in this way? And I'm thankful and grateful that they're using those words, because they're just purely showing me who I just am in that moment. That's all it is. And then it's in your power to fix it. It's always being done for you, and that's quite powerful. So I could have felt sorry for myself, or I could do what I chose to do, is to look at my core belief still, to see what it was that I was still needing. I was needing something. That's what I was grasping on. And therefore I was essentially suffocating that person, because I was putting in all of my energy onto them, because I was scared they were going to leave. I still did not believe that this was real, that they really wanted to be with me genuinely, that I was worth that experience, like I was worth to feel that good. You are worth to feel that good each and every single day of your life. So pay attention to the red flags that come up in a relationship, and remember, it is always in your power and your control to fix them. So start your self-love journey today. If you have any questions, comments, concern about how to do it, in particular, I followed the Louise Hay 21-day program. And that is how I did my journey to healing my inner child and to really achieve self-love. And of course, affirmations. Every day, look at yourself in the mirror and just tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am worth it, I am good enough, I am amazing, I am lovable. As always, remember that everything is happening for you. I am wishing you a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for all your love and support. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you found it helpful, please do subscribe to get more helpful videos that will, help you create the life that you have always wanted. And it is actually your birthright to have. I'll see you next time.